Hello everyone and welcome back to another one of my videos. Hello. So I got a freebie from Nail Sugar when I ordered my Natalie Mugridge brush. So I wanted to use these. It's really nice. It's like a pinky chunky mix. So I wanted to use that on like a nude. So I'm probably going to use this Halo Elise, I think. And I'm going to use some spider gel and I might use these. These came in the post today. I'm not sure whether they're going to go with this set, so I'm not sure whether I'm going to use them yet. They did come from AliExpress, but these are like flakes. A bit like, you know, the Mylar flakes, but they're laser flakes. Can you see? Gorgeous, aren't they? So that's a design. I'm going to be using my Flexihand. So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so I'm using this from Halo. It is Elise. I wanted like a nice pink builder coloured base on this hand, so we've got some stiletto tips today. So obviously normally you would buff the surface of the nail with these. I'm just laying a thin coat first, taking care right around the cuticle, just making sure to bring that all the way down the nail, and then I think I go back and add some more, because gel will go where gel has been. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe I'll go back in a minute. Just making sure that I'm in shot here. So it's quite a nice pink. This one is for French. I used it a fair bit. It's not full cover pink. It's a sheer pink. Is sheer the right word? I always get them mixed up. Anyway, slightly see-through. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, so I'm just putting down a base on all of these first. And those are going in the lamp. Give them a little wipe with some isopropyl alcohol. Get rid of that tacky layer. And I'm going to go in again with coat number 2. So I'll just let you guys watch this and I'll be quiet. The trouble with these silicone hands is, I mean, they're great, but all the little bits of dust and you know, filings kind of stick to it quite easily. Oh, and glitter. Glitter's terrible for sticking to it. Really, really bad. So just popping those into cure in between. It's easy to just pull them off and pop them in the lamp than to put the whole hand in, because the whole hand can be quite heavy. And last but not least, and pop that in the lamp. Put them back on the stand when we're done. So that's our second coat's done on all of the fingers. So I go ahead and give them a wipe. And I'm just taking some base gel here. It just helps. I mean, you can use top coat or you can use base coat, whatever you've got to hand really. You know, don't go and buy base coat just for the sake of you know, this, if you've got some top coat in there, or even like a rubber base, that's fine as well, because that's quite thick, so that will hold it. So I'm just drawing a line down the middle of that first finger, making sure that I don't go over the middle, because I want like a line down the middle, so I only want one side of glitter. The second nail, I just do the bottom half of the nail with glitter, so I'm just popping my base down there. And I can't remember what this one is. Is this just the top of this one? Oh no, this is down the middle. Glitter down the middle, this one. And I couldn't decide what to do with the pinky. So I did a stripe sort of in the middle of the nail, horizontally rather than vertically this time. And then I'm going to go in with my cleanup brush, which is just a flat angled cleanup brush, and some alcohol on the end of it, just so that I can tidy up the edges and make sure that the line is as clean and neat as possible before I put that glitter on, because I don't want to have bits of glitter all over the nail and then have to clean it up. It's just easier to do it now rather than take the glitter off afterwards. So if you just make sure that you get rid of any excess base, so that the glitter doesn't go anywhere except where the base is going to be, because we're going to leave this base wet when we put the glitter on. It's hard for you to see on camera the lines, but when I was looking closely to do these nails, you can see a rough idea. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, because you can tidy it up a little bit once all the glitter's on, but try and get the majority of it done now, and you won't have such a mess to clean up, because glitter can be a nightmare sometimes once it's stuck somewhere. Sorry, my chair is creaking every time I move. So I got these freebies from Nail Sugar, so I wanted to use these today because they are really pretty. So I'm just popping some in my little glitter tray. Talk properly. I decided I didn't have enough, so I needed to put more in. And I'm just using my glitter brush. I have a few different glitter brushes depending on how much coverage I'm doing at the time. So I'm just going to scoop it and place it on the area where the base gel is. I'm not going to push too much, because I don't want to start moving it around the nail and distorting the actual shape of the base gel that I've done underneath. And I'm just trying to get rid of any excess glitter so that it doesn't stick to the nail. But I mean, it should be easy to brush off, because obviously there's no gel there. Just making sure that I'm pushing those big chunky bits in, so that they kind of sit in the base gel as much as I can. This one was slightly trickier because it is sort of down the middle of the nail, so yeah, it is harder for this one. So I'm just being very gentle by dabbing it on. Sorry if you can hear that, that's my cats growling at each other. They are sitting on my desk while I'm doing this voiceover, and my new kitten, well, he's not so new anymore. Oh, he's 6 months old, and he's just been castrated. So yeah, he annoys the elderly one, and she's growling at him and whacking him on the head. Anyway, back to the nails. We're popping this on the bottom on this nail, pushing in some of the bigger bits with the brush. It's kind of a mixed glitter this, so you've got some fine bits and some chunky bits, which is quite good for coverage. I think there's some stars and moons and hexagon shapes and round shapes. It's a bit of a mixed glitter. It's quite nice, and it's got lots of colours in it, obviously, although the main colour is pink. So I'm just trying to clean up now, getting rid of any glitter where there is no base gel, and kind of pushing the glitter back in place, making sure that the lines are straight. They don't need to be straight, like massively straight, perfectly straight, because we're going to be using some spider gel anyway, as like an abstract, so it doesn't really need to be perfect. Just to, you know, push and poke it to where you want it to be. And then once you're happy with that, which I am, I'm going to put that in the lamp, and I'm going to give it a double cure, just to make sure it gets under that glitter. Now I find once it's cured, using a nail brush is the best way to remove the excess glitter. It's harsh and it's pulling off any chunky bits that are sticking out, and yeah. And then we're going to go in with a file. In this one I've got a 180 gripped file. It looks a bit manky, but that's because I'm not using it on clients, so don't worry. This is just one that I'm using for these videos. So yeah, I don't need to change it at the moment, and I'm just going on like these edges to make sure that there's no chunky bits sticking out, and you'll see bits flying off everywhere. But I just want to make sure that everything's nice and tidy before I encapsulate. I'm going in again with some more base. Just on the areas where the glitter is. And I think I do use some of those flakes that I talked about at the beginning. That's probably why I'm putting the base down. I couldn't remember them while I was putting the base down. Yes, there we go. There it is. Yeah, look how pretty and sparkly that is. I mean, it's just lovely, but just don't sneeze near it, because it will just, it's like super lightweight and just goes everywhere. Yeah, so I'm full of cold again at the moment. I don't know what's going on. I'm not really in contact with people, and yet we'll keep getting colds. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, we're just placing some of these on, just on the top. It just gives it some more dimension, you know? Because although that glitter is lovely, and it really is lovely, this just gives it an extra shimmer, sparkle in certain areas when it captures the light. Yeah. I quite liked it when I put this on. I'm not putting loads on, I'm just dabbing bits here and there. And then, once I'm happy, as you can see it catching, not in the light, popping it in the lamp. Now we're going to be using my Nicole Diary spider gel and my, what is that called? What is it called? My brain's gone. Dotting tool. Fine dotting tool. Obviously you can get some fatter ones at the ends and some thinner ones. I'm using more of a thinner one. But it does look awkward for the first one. To be honest, it does. I faffed and faffed and I wasn't happy. The lines were too thin and I was just like, oh dear God. But the thing with spider gel is you've got to be careful not to make it too thick. You don't want really thick lines. Unless that's the design that you're going for, but I wasn't going for that particular type of design today. So yeah, bear with, because I do faff a little bit with this. I'm kind of like giving all the glitter areas like an edge, like a spider gel edge. Yeah. And that one's going in the lamp. This one was slightly harder. Where I think because the glitter is chunky, maybe I should have encapsulated it first and then did this, because it wasn't sticking where I wanted it to stick. I mean, spider gel's messy anyway, but I kind of had to do dots halfway up and a third of the way up the lines to break it up a bit, because yeah, as you can see, it's not always sticking. So maybe in hindsight I probably would have encapsulated first and then done this over the top and then top coated. I mean, I liked the way they turned out in the end, but it would have probably been easier. See, as you can see, like I'm dotting it coming halfway down and stuff like that to try and make the lines a little bit more standoutish. No, that's not a word, is it? What's the word? I don't know. Make them stand out more. We'll just say that. So that's going in the lamp. This one was slightly easier. I kind of felt like I knew what I was doing when I came to this one a little bit more. I don't think I faffed as much with this one, because I looked at it and thought, no, do you know what, I'm not going to keep faffing, I'm just going to get it in the lamp, because you know. Yep, that one's going in. And again, onto the last one, same as the ring finger, you know, it was more difficult. And as you can see, I'm dotting it sort of in random positions as it's coming down the nail. That bit was a bit too big there. I didn't want it like that, so I do go in with my cleanup brush afterwards, just to get that bit that went a little bit wonky donkey. Yeah. And I just pushed that line in a little bit, because I think it went a little bit too bulky really for my liking. Oh, look at that mess everywhere. I was just like, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to clean it up after, because I needed to get a little bit at the top, because it was like a bit gappy. So I'm just going in and clean up that mess now. Yes, I do clean up the mess on the other finger. I'm not sure whether I do it off camera or not. I may well do. Obviously I don't want to cure it onto my silicone hand. Yep, there we go. And so yeah, I've got some UV gel and a gel brush, and we're going to start to encapsulate first by adding a very thin layer and trying to cover the nail and getting right into those glitter bits by pressing that in gently up to the cuticle, pushing it into those glitter bits a little bit harder, and then bringing it down all the way to the bottom of the nail, making sure we get those side walls. And then a bigger scoop, because we've already got our slip layer, and we sort of pillow it around, push it, move it, squidge it, pull it down, as you do with encapsulating. There's no right or wrong way really, however you find it easiest. I didn't have a big enough bead, so I've got to go down and put some more on. So I'm just making sure that those edges are included there. And smoothing it down so that it's not bumpy, which is hard to do clearly on camera. It's better. I think I had a fuzzy in there. So pop that in when you're happy, get rid of the fuzzy, and moving on to the next one. The gel that I'm using in here is a gel that I got when I was training to learn nails, so I'm literally just using it up. It's not one I would recommend. It does tend to go slightly yellow, and you'll see that at the end of the video. The white spider gel tends to go a bit yellowy because once this is cured. I don't know whether it's because it's old or whether it's cheap or because it's generally crap or what, but yeah, I wouldn't use it on a client. I am just using it for these videos, so apologies for that, but you know, I don't want to use my good stuff for these because yeah, they're not going on anybody. So I'll let you watch the rest of this. Obviously, one thing I do when I'm encapsulating is once I've got all the gel on, I do turn the finger upside down, or get the client to turn their hand upside down to help with the gravity, and it helps to self-level the gel as well. So if you don't know about encapsulating gel, you know, go ahead and find a video on encapsulating, or if you want me to do one, then you know, comment down below and I will sort that out for you, if that's something that you're interested in me doing a video on. So there it goes, look, it's upside down, and then that's going to go in the lamp, and I will let you watch the rest of the other two without my constant chattering. So as you can see, you know, if there are any gaps, you can just go in and fill them in by looking at the side profile. So once they've been in the lamp, give them a wipe with a lint-free wipe and some isopropyl alcohol. As you can see, they are slightly yellower, and it is the gel that I'm using, so apologies for that. Now I have a Melody Susie electric hand drill. If you don't have one of those, you can go ahead and use a hand file. A 180 grit is fine for gel, and so I like to use this because it's quicker, and you know, I am EFL trained, so yeah, I do like to go around the cuticle area first and then do the rest of the nail. And I like to look down the barrel of the nail to make sure that it's smooth and round in the places that it should be, and there's no lumps and bumps, and smooth it out and get rid of those. I will let you watch me do this, and I'll be quiet. I have a metal file that I like to use for the edges. It just helps to refine the edges a lot more. You get more of a crisper shape. Now these are, I mean, again, this one looks battered, but that's because I've not changed it. They are interchangeable, so you can take the grit off, and it's just self-adhesive, so you just stick another one back on. They're super fantastic. I love them. Kylie Werry has some on her website, and that's where I got them from first. However, I did also source some from AliExpress for a lot cheaper, and I bought them in bulk. So if you guys want to know a link for that, then let me know. And then obviously you need to dust off all the dust before we go in to do our top coat, and I like to use a nail brush, sometimes with some isopropyl alcohol on it. And then obviously we're going to go in with the top coat. sure that you push that top coat right into the nail, and making sure that you cover those sides and the free edges. Look how sparkly it is once the top coat's on. Don't you just love a top coat reveal? Pop them in the lamp for a full cure. Zoom it in so you can have a real good look at this top coat reveal, especially on this one because it's right down the middle. I'll let you watch me top coat the rest of them and finish them off. And I'll be little Miss Mutie. So there we go, guys, that's the finished set. So yeah, I quite like these actually. I'd wear these. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and like it, and I'd be really grateful if you would subscribe to my channel and comment down below to say and let me know what you'd like to see in the future. Okay, thanks very much, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.